So, let's look at the daily challenge today. We do have primary Umbra and subclan Awoken. Our mutators are seeing double. When the first friendly unit is summoned each turn, create a copy. Musical chairs, shuffle the position of all units in the train after combat. And small hands, -2 cards per turn. Welcome to the stream, Radvar. Nice to have you here. So, musical chairs with Umbra and seeing double as well can make the use of morsels a bit difficult. You can use seeing double to duplicate morsels instead of the ethos, of course, but that requires you to sometimes it can be hard to set up. And of course, musical chairs is very annoying if you have multiple units on a floor, they switch positions, and then you feed the wrong unit. Small hands is obviously a very tough modifier as well, but we do have some pretty high scores here on the leaderboard. So let's see how this goes. With seeing double, I'm definitely interested in running a non-Gorge Penumbra. Either the Trample or Architect would be fine. So, our starting cards are Prismal Dust, Razor Sharp Edge and Cave-In. Two of these I'm very happy to see. Prismal Dust not so much. But we'll see. Maybe it will prove useful. It's a little bit better with small hands, I guess. Spikes versus Damage Shield. The damage shield has nice synergy with seeing double because both of the units should end up with damage shield, and we don't currently have any spikes in the deck. And because of musical chairs, spikes are a lot less powerful because we can guarantee our spike unit is actually in the front line most of the time. So let's pick Chain of Gems. And I don't really want the Gorge Penumbra. Musical chairs seeing double, these just don't interact with him very well. So we will go with the Trample Penumbra, Monstrous. That should prove very strong with seeing double and the Chain of Gems. Having two powerful Trample units on the same floor. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 3. Sure. We'll make our damage shield a bit harder to use, but that should be fine. Oh, so only the copy from Seeing Double doesn't get the damage shield from Chain of Gems. I'm a bit surprised. I would have thought it would be the other way around. We do have enough damage. Now we mostly care about keeping our units healthy, so I will remove the backline here. We don't really need to do much. I guess I will just add some damage shield. This Penumbra is gonna be in the front for the final battle. Because they will switch for the rest and then switch again for the Relentless. Let's heal you up. Might as well apply some damage to you because you will be in the back. And we get an easy bottom floor kill here. Hi Alex, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. Packed Morsels, Immortal Trade and Prismal Dust. Immortal Trade is definitely very interesting to me, but we can use our morsels to feed Penumbra if we use Cave-In, to descend them from the next floor. Yesterday first I was streaming the Hell Rush tournament hosted by ST89, which was an amazing event. And then I wanted to stream the daily afterwards, but my internet connection broke down because there were some issues with our ISP, and I couldn't stream. So yeah, after the tournament I didn't manage to stream the daily. If you missed the tournament, you can still find the VODs from my point of view on my Twitch, or you can check out ST's YouTube or stream to see the full commentated version. I highly recommend watching the commentated version because ST did a great job commentating the tournament. Let me fetch you the link real quick. I should have that around here somewhere. Okay, here you go. Link is in chat. Honestly, with double trample Penumbra, I could see us going for an Ember Drain build here. Well, we do fight Seraph the Diligent at the end, so probably Ember Drain a little weaker. Also, Small Hands isn't very good for Ember Drain either. Single Immortal Tray could be nice anyways, but I think I will go for the Packed Morsels for now. Immortal Trade is a pretty good way to keep our Penumbras healthy. Let's pick Immortal Trade. I think it's overall the more powerful card. We do have double trample, we have a high amount of power on this Penumbra floor, and that will generally stay the same throughout the whole game. So with the trample, Glimmer is less necessary. What we are mainly looking to get is some amount of power scaling that works well with strong or with units that are already quite strong, and none of these really fit the bill. So I will skip here. I'm not sure if I would prefer one type of unit over the other, but currently I think we should go for spell upgrades, just because there's a lot of units I wouldn't be too happy about taking right now. Morsel Maker, is Morsel Maker great? Morsel Maker could provide us with the utility to use a Gorge unit a lot easier. Slight problems with musical chairs. Maybe we just use Morsel Maker on his own for now. Probably not a great idea. We will see. Maybe I shouldn't have picked it up. I'm always a bit unsure about Morsel Maker in challenges like these. Holdover. Holdover Cave-In would allow me to go much more heavily into morsels. But that also means Morsel Maker is a lot less useful. Let's upgrade one of these restores with Consume, makes it much more useful, and after one use it's gone, so we don't have to worry about drawing into it again. Enemy unit enter with armor 10, shouldn't be a big problem, we have 70 damage on the bottom floor. We will just trample everyone who gets in our way. I will set up Morsel Master on the top floor, just in case any of these units survive and get up there. As before, I'm mostly looking to reduce the damage we take for now. Muscle Maker has a very interesting behavior with musical chair. But it makes sense, I suppose. Okay. So far so good. Making of a morsels versus packed morsels. I think I prefer the packed morsels. Generally a little bit more useful. Restoring retreat, wildwood sap, restoration, detonation. I don't think we really need more healing than what we have right now, so my only consideration is restoring retreat, but we already have a holdover cave in, so shouldn't be necessary. Animals of Will is kinda okay with our razor sharp edge. I don't think we really need that all that much. I'm not sure if we actually require many units at all. Double stack. Prismal Dust double stacked is a lot of damage shield potentially. But it does have consume. Maybe it's better to double stack Immortal Tray, but that leaves us with no energy. Which can be a big issue against Seraph the Diligent, because we need to play the Vengeful Shards he puts in our deck, otherwise we will take damage and lose some score. So I do not want to have too much Ember Drain going on. I will instead go with the double stacked Prismal Dust, just so we have the chance to apply some burst damage shields to our Penumbras. And I will cost reduce the other Razor Sharp Edge. I'm still keeping my eye out for a potential Ember Drain build. I don't want any of these. If we get something like a holdover Perils of Production, that would help Dante, huh? We do have 2 Razor Sharp Edges, we do have Prismal Dust, and we do have the possibility of tubing Dante with the Seeing Double. I think I will take it here. It has the power to carry us to an early Seraph kill after all, with all the multi-strike he's gonna have from not just the candles but also the shards, the Vengeful Shards from Seraph. Explosive Sigil. This means our damage shield is gonna be a bit weaker. Which in the end means we just need to be careful when we apply it. That's a lot of damage. A little too much damage for my taste. would love to cave in here, but I can't cave in the bomb. That's a bit too scary. I will cave in next turn instead. Can't really... I could play the train steward here. In the end, that's totally fine. Maybe I should have blocked with the cave in even. This is a lot of damage, and our Penumbras will die. Our first Penumbra will die from this. I do want to save one of them, that's for sure. So, with this bottom floor, it should be possible to keep them alive, at least for a while. I would love to draw into my lifesteal card. That would definitely help a lot. There are 6 units right now. And of course our Penumbra is on the front right now. That sucks. Can't even heal him up, so he survives the hit. Yeah, I know what my mistake was this combat. I will quickly go back to the main menu and redo this fight, because I found the flaw I was making in my thinking. I was thinking we have to set up on the bottom floor because of the 3-turn boss rush, but that's totally not the case, because after all, we do have cave-in. This Muscle Maker I can't really set up. He's just gonna die, but I don't think he's even gonna be very useful in this fight, so... We will take a lot less damage if we set up on the second floor as opposed to the first one, because these clergymen are gonna lose a lot of power. Lightsteel Morsel, very nice. I'd love to cave that one in. Let's do exactly that. With the holdover cave-in, we can basically set up on whatever floor is best and still get the 3-turn boss rush easily, so... I just have to play it every turn, and it does cost me card draws, which is a pretty big deal with just 3 card hands. Probably should have duped the the health morsel instead. And now we can set up 2 train stewards to tank here with damage shield, and then just descend our whole floor. Heal this Penumbra up a bit more, that should be enough, yeah. Okay. That was a much more reliable way of doing the whole thing. Unleash the Wildwood. I could... Yeah, I could see that. Unleash the Wildwood is pretty good with musical chairs, because the damage is gonna be spread over your units. And you actually get the additional benefit out of healing everyone. Draw +1 card a turn. Definitely we need to get rid of... Well, we need to somehow deal with this small hands effect. And drawing additional cards is very helpful here. I currently don't really want to dupe anything. I do like the removals, but I also like the free relic quite a lot. And the gold is probably better than the Awoken banner, so let's go to the right. Thorn Fruit versus Shade Lamp. Thorn Fruit is very nice because it provides draw, We basically get an additional draw every turn thanks to it, and it will be a while until we draw into our stings again, because we don't draw that many cards a turn. Shade Lamp isn't terrible either, but morsels are just a bit tough to use right now. So, and not that important to our game plan, so I will take the Thorn Fruit here as a sort of additional draw. I think I do want to continue scaling up the Penumbra. That means we will have to take the upgraded capacity on the next boss fight, after the next boss fight, because the final one is gonna be 6 capacity. And if we can play him turn 1, we are screwed. These guys, slightly annoying. I don't want to take damage, so I will set up on the top floor. We do have damage shield, so by removing 2 of these, yes, the final one deals more damage, but he will hit our damage shield anyways, so it doesn't really matter what his damage is gonna be. This Muscle Master seems really useless right now, I will admit that. Definitely play the candle, I don't want to take damage. And we start removing the damaging enemies. This isn't that much damage. Neither is the next floor. I will still apply the damage shield to the back one. It probably provides more damage prevention than on the front line. Could heal this up. The extra health on this guy isn't gonna matter because we got the 140 damage here on the top floor, so he will die no matter what. A bit more of an issue if we cave in. We won't have the damage to kill all of these. It's gonna be an issue for a while, and I need to cave in at least once. I guess cave in isn't the worst. It's rough. If we cave in this turn, I think we have to cave in again next turn, but that's okay. I suppose that's just how we're gonna do this. I cave in the pyre floor, you mean? I can play cave in there, but it doesn't really do anything right now. Let's heal up the Umbra here. This turn we should have enough damage to kill everyone on this floor, right? Just not quite enough. These things are not very useful right now. I think we can get enough damage though. So this way the top floor will deal with the surviving reflector just fine. And we can use cave-in to descend to the bottom floor and be ready for the boss fight. This Penumbra is not gonna be in the front, we know that for sure because he's in the front now. So I will damage buff him, and I will also apply some damage shield on the other Penumbra. 7 damage shields, that's a nice amount. Well, I guess you could use it for something like like Siren Song and then cave in the Pyre Floor. Gem Trove, Excavation Eruption and Prism Retrieval. Well, our game plan from next battle onwards is probably gonna be buffing up Dante. Dante needs a way to survive too. I will probably give him a large stone, but Gem Trove could be a nice way to protect our Dante. We do have the heal though, so it's not that important. And Gem Trove is a lot of effort to use. Preserve Thorns, I like a Preserve Thorns. Invigorating Solution is also nice. I think I prefer Preserve Thorns over Invigorating Solution, just for the added damage it has with Dante's Cloak. These spikes are quite potent. Definitely want to upgrade Dante immediately, so we'll go to the right. Check Strips versus Cleansing Water. Are there any important buffs to remove? I mean Spell Shield and Thorn Trials, but I think I'd rather take check Strips. Might help protecting our Dante a little better. So definitely want the large stone on Dante. Strength stone would also be quite good. Get him started with the damage. Yeah. I am also considering removing Morsel Master from our deck now. Train Yard, Trap Shoot or Pulley Claw. Are we interested in any of these? Not that much. No, I don't think these are what we are looking for. I don't think anything really helps us, any of these. Train Stewards are definitely a bit of a liability as well. If we remove the Morsel Master, Morsel Maker, that will guarantee we get Dante into the in our first hand every fight, which is nice. But it means we have to decide between doubling Dante versus doubling our champion. If we draw him in our second hand, we could double both of them instead, which might matter for boss fights. For that reason, I will keep the Mortal Master in our deck for now, and instead remove some of the Train Stewards. The restores are actually decent now that they have a bit of spell power added. Let's see, do I want to keep money for the next floor? I'll probably go to the right here. I will definitely go to the left after Fell. We do want a lot of money for the Merchant of Trinkets potentially. So I think one more removal here is fine. Remove another Train Steward. And then keep the final 160. Seal of Aggression, okay. We did draw Dante in our opening hand. Dante deals more damage than Penumbra, and it has more health. Yeah, For now, at least, Dante is pretty much superior to Penumbra. I will play Morsel Maker outdoor. Yep, now we get the kill on the Collector with the Morsel Maker. I guess I should cave in our Penumbra. I will set up these morsels for a future cave-in. And start buffing up Dante, because why not? Might as well apply some regen. I will even consume this one. Because we do have a lot of access to healing anyways. That's quite a nice amount of buffs. And these prismal dusts are quickly becoming quite useless to us, which is not a surprise. Could heal up Penumbra here. But we have the Unleash the Wildwood guaranteed in our next hand. So no need to use the Ember Drain here. And as expected, we get an easy kill here with our overbuffed Dantes. Winged Steel! Thank you very much! That's amazing. Void Binding. Void Binding is such a strong card with Dante especially. It might be a bit difficult to use, but on the final fight especially. I will take another Preserved Thorns, thank you. But it's just so much potential damage. If we put it on a Dante in the final fight, that's 12 times 7, 84 damage. Just right there. I do want the removals. I want to get these Shade Splitters out of the deck. Final Train Sewer too. And we can save up some gold for the next floor, sure. Train Steward and the Shade Splitter go out this turn. This time around. Nothing I really want to put on my Morsel Master, because he's not really that important anyways. The only thing we might need him to do is, on the final fight, clear these 3 health units Seraph plays on the top floor. Fell with armor and spell shield. That should be no problem for us. Yeah, basically shouldn't matter much. I am thinking about the possibility of getting an early kill on Fell. It might be possible if we descend Penumbra and have a really strong bottom floor and then start descending Fell to our bottom floor every time. Oh, this hurts. Oh, taking damage here is so bad. At the risk we get when we are taking Dante, I suppose. Let's see what we draw into. I do want to start scaling these Dantes up as soon as possible. These morsels, probably shouldn't have played them. Is it worth void binding here? No, because it would prevent us from being able to play Cave-In next turn. And I definitely want to play Cave-In here. Let's start with these things deal more damage than this guy gets armor, not by much, but it's something, I guess. Might as well use the... actually, I think I will use the Prismal Dust here. Let's use the non-consumable one. The non... Oh, I forgot I had a Dentist Candle in my hand. Oops! Another 3 damage. Another loss of points, sadly. Let's start with the stings, because they are free. We can play out these candles. This send fell, so we have some additional damage. I don't think we will be killing here. I don't think we will be killing Fell before Relentless. Especially as we can't descend her to the bottom floor right now. Maybe setting up on the bottom floor was the wrong choice. After all. We do get a chunk of damage in, but this is not gonna be enough. And there aren't many more rounds of relentless combat left. Non-relentless combat left. Maybe one more round? Yeah, one more round. This is a lot of damage though. Let's start with the thorns actually. We do have the trample on the front line. Might as well use these stings here. Rubble morsel, not very helpful. Ah, so close. Yeah, but I can't double Penumbra and double Dante unless I wait with the setup. You know what? We were one sting away from getting a fly kill. I do want to get that fly kill. I think it's certainly possible. Dante's mid, I agree, but I don't think we want to double up Penumbra. Although, let's consider this. Penumbra is dealing 70 damage, Dante is dealing 112 damage, so the damage difference is not that big, and we only really need one Dante to scale the... wait with Penumbra one cycle, because I have so much draw. I don't think that's gonna be a damage gain in the end, but I do agree we should set up on the middle floor, because that allows us to be more flexible with our cave-ins. If we can use our cave-ins more flexibly, because this way we can hit fell on both the top and on every lane he goes to. Hi Mystery Machine, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Yeah, I think this is working out a lot better. Because now we do have the flexibility of descending Fel if she's at the top floor, or descending Ardantes if she's at the bottom floor. Not sure. No, we can't really play Void Binding here, because same reason as before. We need to be able to cave in. Oh nice! Good luck on that, Mystery Machine. It's not easy beating Covenant 25, that's for sure. Okay, so we are in this position again. I think we start out with Stings on this floor. Play the candle, we don't want to take damage. Stay mid? You think so? Play the other candle. Yeah, the floor will be less well, not really, because these guys will survive the damage. I guess I could stay in the middle here. If Fel goes top next turn, that will allow me to get more value out of the cave-in. Let's throw away these useless cards. Okay. Thanks, I'm glad my stream was helpful for you. I'm always happy if people are able to learn from me. Definitely want to cave in Fel right here. Let's see. Buffing backline Dante is a bit more effective, because more of these hits will actually go onto Fel. And this is the turn where we have to descend, basically. I think. We do have Penumbra frontline, so wasting sting damage is not a great idea. Oh, and we kill with the check strips anyway. Now this is 4 times 12, 48 additional damage. Almost enough, but not quite. But I think we do have another round of normal combat before we land left. We indeed do. Although we have a lot of stings to throw at her. Not quite enough stings. But yeah, this worked out. Setting up on the middle floor allowed us for a lot more flexibility. Honestly, our scaling is now mostly done through these razor sharp edges. I don't think we need trample, we have enough damage to kill backlines anyway. But it could be useful to some degree, but I think it's mostly bad. Like, it would allow our Dantes to splash some damage over, but it's not gonna be a lot of damage. So I will take the Awoken's Rail Spike, and we need to take capacity here if we plan on upgrading Penumbra to his final monstrous form. Let's see what relics we have in store here. I guess I will remove the Shade Splitters. The morsels really aren't all that important. Probably should remove Morsel Maker as well now. If we have a small enough deck, we can just leave Penumbra in the deck for one turn. Ooh! Definitely want a piercing, and I think I want the plus 20 as well. That's a lot of burst damage from our spikes. Let's get an Awoken consumable card. Nope, that's not the one I was hoping for. I was hoping for some more spikes. Yeah, the upgraded stings. Right, it's stings, not spikes. The upgraded stings are very potent, especially with Dante's Cloak on top of that. And final trample upgrade. So, from this point on, we should be pretty much set. I think our general game plan stays the same. We have the chance to completely set up on the bottom floor here on the very first turn. The Awoken's Rail Spike is a bit annoying to play right now. I might just not play the cave in this turn. Now duping the Penumbra is a lot more damage than Dante. We just need one Dante to scale with our razor sharp edges. These are not the cards I was hoping to hit, but I guess these were the cards we hit, so... I love the piercing on these. I will get rid of at least the weaker Primal Dust. I will keep the other one around, just in case. I don't think we will need it, but better safe than sorry. I think it might be useful. Use it on Dante. We do need the energy around. We can't Ember Drain because of the candles. The void binding was probably a bad pick. Pretty hard to use with the Dante's candles. Okay. And oh, I'm an idiot. I was like, yeah, we had the kill. I just need to hit end turn. Took 3 damage for no good reason here. That sucks. Ambercash, Prison Retrieval, Cannibalize. Ambercash would help with Awoken Rail Spike and playing these candles in case we are Ember drained. Allows us to be a bit more liberal with using the Ember drains. If I pick Invigorating Solution here, it will be just as a consume for the final boss, so I don't need to consume as many spikes, but honestly, we can just easily use the spikes. Yeah, they are around the power level of like a Helical Crystallis, these things right now. No need for unit upgrades, unless I think we will need the unit upgrades. Unless we get the Pyrestone casing here, which will allow for an additional unit upgrade, which would be quite strong with Dante, but I think I'd rather go to the left here and dupe a card. Let's see what we get. I don't think we need any of these. The Traitor's Quill would be nice, 30 damage a turn after all, but honestly, I think we just do this. In the final fight, Dante has multi-strike 6, so 7 hits, that's 140, 196 damage. That's just too powerful. And I do have the holdover cave-in, so I can fit them all in on the same floor. Card removal, not really too keen on removing any more cards from this deck, to be honest. But like, let's think about this. The Ember Drain card. The Void Binding. Now with the Ambercash in the deck, it's actually playable, so I prefer not to. I do want to hold over the Razor Sharp Edge. I think that's gonna be quite useful. Cost reduction, not really that important. The lifesteal. Yeah, we could get rid of the lifesteal, that's true. And other than that, I think I will skip on the remove. Because we do have Consume Seraph, we do always have a spell to play, but I don't want to draw into too many Dante's Candle plus Vengeful Shards. If we draw into 4 total of our Blights at the same turn, that means we are guaranteed to take damage, because we can play them all out. At least not until after we've played the Rail Spike or the Ambercash. And because Dante is just so powerful this turn, like, this is just a ton of damage on Seraph the first turn. We do have a second Dante to duplicate, so for that reason I think I'm fine playing Penumbra here. And with the thing we will kill the backline as well. No cave-in just yet, so I guess we play Dante again. Definitely play the Candle. We only have 1 mana left. If we draw 2 cards, we might draw into 2 of these Scorchers, which might be a problem. But I do want this Purifier gone, which means I will have to play the Sting here on the bottom. Okay, and we did not draw into both of them. That's fine. That's very nice. Thinking about the Awoken's Railspike, and I think I should just play it. That's a very bad hit, sadly. This is not gonna help us. But it's good that we have it set up before our first cycle. And Prismal Dust is just bad. We never have the energy to play it. Still no cave-in. Okay, we do have cave-in now. But if we play it, we take at least 1 damage. I definitely don't want to take damage to these candles, but I think the cave-in is worth here. Because, yeah, taking 1 damage, we get a lot of damage onto Seraph. And we do want to keep playing it every turn. Definitely want to play the candle. This bottom floor is now basically set, so we can throw our spikes at Seraph himself. I do want to keep these excavated embers in the deck. Just because of the possibility of drawing into too many Scourgers. Kill next turn, almost certainly. Easy kill. We took 1 damage to the Vengeful Shard, but other than that, a very good kill here. We got the Fell 4-turn boss rush, and with this Seraph flank kill, was it a 6th turn? I think it was a 6th turn. We should be pretty far up on the leaderboards. 49,245. That's a solid score. Let's look at the run summary real quick. Yeah, this seeing double with Dante against the Diligent Seraph, Consume Seraph, was working out like a charm. And we are second place, 230 points below Thanatos.